charming?
I'm afraid you're right.
Yes.
I did one set of bathing suit pictures with Joan Blondell once, and then once I rode on top of a balloon or something for some kind of thing, but I never did these.
You never did?
No, and I was very, very glad they couldn't haul them out later.
Yeah?
But I'm terribly glad I didn't do nudes. Oh, God. Imagine those being hauled out later.
Would they have asked you in those days to do nudes?
No, they wouldn't have asked anybody, nor would they have gotten anybody.
Yeah.
No.
Nowadays it seems to be rather common.
It's just, it's a must if a man and woman look at each other.
Yeah?
That same evening, yes, I just finished a film. I didn't realize that scene was in the film until I saw it the other night. Yes, same thing. Clothes come off delicately.
Yes.
Of course, you know exactly what they look like underneath. I don't know why they're so modest.
Yeah. So you don't think they should just do a nude scene just to do it?
Oh, of course. You know, you don't either. No, I think it's awful.
No, yeah.
I don't think it's very interesting to many people to be very serious.
Do you ever do a bubble bath scene? Didn't that ever come up?
No, I never was asked to get into a bathtub.
Yeah?
Interestingly enough, I am going to make a film not too long from now in Hamburg, Germany, and there is a scene in which I get into a bathtub. Not nude.
Oh, come on.
God forbid at my age and hacked up as I am, I do not wish to be nude. But I read that and I thought, my God, this is the end.
Okay. Now, Peter never happened. Arthur Blake did that. How about the line, what a dump?
Well, that is in Beyond the Forest.
Right.
And I make very, very little of it. I just say, what a dump. And Edward Albee, of course, he put that on the map, that line.
Right.
Right. And he gave me a great thing when I do my Bette Davis show all over the world, film and on the stage. That's how I start out every show.
You just walk out?
And it's wonderful. Sit down and just look around and say, what a dump.
That's a good opening.
But you know, sometimes it was very embarrassing when the theater was. And you felt very badly when it was beautiful. But it was I tell you what was great about it. They knew from then on they could have fun with me.
Right.
And they didn't have to sort of respect this old legend.
Yeah.
They could really have fun. And we had fun.
Well, you were nominated, you got 2 Oscars, you were nominated for 10 others. Is there a picture that you thought maybe you should have won that you didn't?
Yes, 3.
Okay.
I lost out to Dark Victory because that was the great Gone with the Wind year. And I was gone with the wind. And I feel that I should have had the Oscar for Margot Channing.
Oh, yes.
Unfortunately, I was not under contract to Fox. Miss Baxter was. So, as the studios always used to do, they'd send notes around if it was their people and say,
Anne
please...
Baxter, Marilyn Monroe, George Sanders.
This is right.
Yeah.
So, I think I lost by some votes that I would not have lost by if Fox hadn't done that.
Yeah.
So I was so, but the last one, I was definitely robbed of. Miss Crawford went to New York and said to all the nominees on the stage who might not be able to get to Hollywood, I will accept your Oscar for you. And she paced New York to find people that not vote for me. Because I think I lost by a very few votes for Jane. That was really a shock.
Whatever happened to Baby Jane?
Yeah. But there she stood. There Joan stood with Miss Bancroft's Oscar clutched to her bosom. It had become hers. Yes, it had become hers. She also traveled with it for 1 year. No, 1 year with Pepsi-Cola. And she told Miss Bancroft that she would bathe this Oscar in all the waters of the world. So she got back to New York. Miss Bancroft is still doing Mother Courage. Gave a party on the stage of Mother Courage after a performance one night.
Right.
And gave the Oscar to Miss Bancroft. Finally, she got it.
She had it for a year. Well, you got a lot of good...
Worth waiting for.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
What picture did you make that you thought was a total disaster?
Total disaster. I loathed Beyond the Forest.
Really?
Yes, I was not young enough to play that girl. You felt that when I played that girl, I would have gotten to Chicago years ago. Absolutely years ago. And the tragedy was that Joseph Cotton was the husband, and who in the world wants to leave Joseph Cotton?
Yeah.
In the book, it was a great book, interestingly enough.
Right.
And Eugene Pallette was perfect casting for this awful.
Eugene Pallette who talked like this.
Yeah, that awful husband. So I begged not to play it, and that was the last picture I made for Warner.
Did you fall in love with any of your leading men?
I was more apt to fall in love with directors. Mm-hmm. I think it had a lot to do with I liked a male who kind of took charge of me and told me what to do, and it's very hard for me to find that.
Yeah.
Yeah, who would think I needed that, but I did.
Strong, you wanted a domineering, strong personality.
Yeah, I did.
We're going to cut away, but we're coming back. Stay where you are. Another picture. It says, with your mother at a movie premiere in 1931. A strong influence in your life? Your mother?
Mother was why I'm sitting here. Not from the stage mother standpoint, but from the earning enough money that I could study in a dramatic school and doing all those years for me at great sacrifice. But that is our first premiere, dressed rather oddly, you would say.
Oh, I didn't notice.
And in my book, it's an old kind of thing, and Mother's kind of odd, and we hadn't learned to look like Hollywood yet. We were very Yankee still. And I have a strip of pictures in my book, The Lonely Life. That's the first one. Then there's the second one. The third one is at the premiere of All About Eve. And I have written, and by now we really look rather sharp, rather sharp.